What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports, joining you here, and it is time for some Sim Browns action. Week number 7, the brutal first 6 weeks of the Browns season has come to an end. Fortunately, we knew it was going to be tough. We knew it was going to be tough the second that they announced the schedule. We knew that those first games were going to be brutal, which is why they tried to run Joe Flacco for as long of them as they could. They came out of those first 6, 1-5. Obviously not where anybody wants to be unless you know the plan for this year, which is to play a bunch of rookies and not win. We seem to have forgotten that, and now everybody wants to fire Stefanski and blow the whole thing up when it felt like they were pretty clear about the plan. We're living the plan in real time, unfortunately. A couple of interesting things here for a Week 7 matchup. The Miami Dolphins come into town. They are equally as terrible right now and might be firing their coach. You can see they are also 1-5. We also have the battle of 2 left-handed quarterbacks, first time in 19 years. Despite what Tony Grossi tried to say in his presser, it's not the first time ever. Tony, do some research. Chris Sims and Mike Vick back in 2006 or 7 played a game. And that was the last time 2 lefties squared off against each other. Also 2 Hawaiians and 2 people who people might think are a little undersized. 2 is 6'1". Dylan is not. All right, here we go. Appreciate everybody being on. Welcome in, Jim. Good to have you here with me. Let's get this thing going. Dolphins, they're going to fake a pitch, fake it to Waddle. Tua's got decent pocket. Now he'll step up. Now he'll fire out of bounds into the direction of the Browns bench. It's like the weather is beautiful in the sim. It could be pretty nasty up there in real life this weekend. Again, 2 bad football teams. We're finally going to get to play some bad football teams. Let's swing it out to A-Chain. He's absolutely brutal with the ball in his hands. And runs for a huge run after the catch, and Tyson Campbell makes the tackle on that one. Strong eye formation with Alec Ingold. Quick throw in the middle, caught immediately and tackled. That's Jalen Waddle. Again, no Tyreek Hill in this one. He is injured and out. Hey, Mason. So Waddle becomes wide receiver number 1, and again, they're going to throw it to A-Chain. Also, Darren Waller came off the couch out of retirement, and he has been very good for them as well. Just getting started here again. Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel, only place on YouTube that you're going to find these Sims with live original commentary. Appreciate you joining me. Thanks so much to my subscribers. Across the middle of the pop pass. Struck down in the backfield. That's Nick Westbrook Ekenihi. As the battle of the lefty Hawaiians commences here in Cleveland, Ohio. First third down of the game for Tua. Back to pass. Browns rush 4. Not getting home. He'll fire over the middle on the run, and it's caught. Good play there, Malik Washington. 22 yards and a first down. He had really good position on Denzel. Denzel actually had really good coverage on this play, but a good throw and a better catch from Washington. And Denzel looked like he just didn't play the football there. Delpit gets there a half step late. And the net result is that lady's going to look away in disgust because the Dolphins are already inside the 30-yard line of the Browns here. Coming right to left on your radio dial again. Appreciate everybody being here, picking up more subscribers every week. If that's you, thanks so much. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd appreciate it. Tua steps up, finds a wide open Westbrook, and heading into the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Opening drive, slices them right down the field. Nick Westbrook Ekenihi He's came from Indiana, who now the #2 team in the country. Assuming everybody signed off on the plan, Mason, I don't think there's any number of wins that gets him fired. I think this is what everybody signed up for. I guess it'll depend on how much external pressure that Jimmy Haslam feels. But I don't think it's happening. Maybe 1 in 16, you'd have to think about it. But this was the plan, man. People have started to float around these other names. Like, none of the guys that they keep floating around are like, I wouldn't trade that for that. Like, you can have an unproven, like, offensive or defensive coordinator whose teams are doing okay, but, like, is that what we need right now? I don't know. I know everybody's frustrated, but it's like we've said many times, this was the plan. The plan was to be bad and get the young guys a bunch of reps. The young guys are playing well and are getting a bunch of reps, and they're bad. Gabriel, good pocket awareness now. He'll take off 25 to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, and he'll slide right in front of the 50. Almost got his head taken off. Big scramble that time for Gabriel using the legs, and he's got near a first. First of all, I don't think John Harbaugh gets fired, but if John Harbaugh does get fired, then sure, we can bring in John Harbaugh. But I don't think that he's going anywhere. I think his Baltimore track record, they've had a billion injuries. How are you going to hold him responsible for half your defense and Lamar Jackson being out? Just my perspective. 2nd and 10 as Quinshawn goes nowhere. But food for thought, and I've been wrong about plenty of things in my life before. I could be wrong about this one as well. Gabriel shuffling in the pocket now. He'll take off again to the 50, now to the 45, and he'll slide. Another gain of 8, so the 2 positive plays for the Browns offense have been Gabriel scrambles with this defense smothering our receivers, not giving them much chance for separation. Now Sampson up the middle. Dylan Sampson, and he'll lose a bunch, and that's go for it to material here. Ashton Davis, the former Jet free safety, poking his nose into the backfield. And we're going to go for it here. By golly, because we can.
Set, ready.
Back to pass. Gabriel firing right side. I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, it was out of bounds, and I think Miami has the football. So it was either incomplete, or it looked like Gabriel Fannin didn't run his route. We're not even going to get a replay. Cool, Madden. Well, the net result apparently is a incomplete pass, or he caught it and was short of the line. Either way, it is no longer our football. Cole Strange, that's right. That is our former practice squad player. Now they're starting right guard. Maybe we should have kept him. 1st and 10 for Tua. They lead 7-0. Miles getting home. Pressure coming. This time it's Malik Collins, and they'll get a sack. No sacks against Aaron Rodgers last week. He got rid of the ball so quickly. He actually did have some successful pass rush wins, but Aaron Rodgers getting rid of that football quick. He did not want to get hit by that line. A lot of dinking and dunking last week in Pittsburgh. Now it's 2nd and 14 after that loss. Motion from Waddle. Fake the jet sweep. Give it to Achane. We'll try the middle. Achane. Boom! Knocked on his keister by Ronnie Hickman. What a hit for Hickman at the 46. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 10. Man, I felt that one in my teeth. Tua. Browns rush 4. He'll step up. Pocket's there. He'll fire it on the run, and he finds another play. That's 3 different times that he has climbed the pocket and thrown a dart to Nick Westbrook-Ikehene. Man, he's so close to being across the line, too. That time Miles Harden was the receiver who got beat, or the cornerback. Mason, I would say you'd have to consider it. Yeah, if that was a trade. The Browns are going to trade. We'll trade you a first-round pick for Jim Harbaugh. Not that I would trade a first-round pick, but you know what I mean. Guys have been traded before. Stefanski would go to the Ravens and win a Super Bowl, probably. Back to pass. Everybody bid on the play action. Ball pops out! It was popped out by Shelby Harris, and then Waller picks it up and falls out of bounds at the 7. Shelby Harris, the veteran, the one who popped it out. Now Tua on a 3rd and goal from the 7. Pressure getting to him. He'll be sacked again. Isaiah McGuire. And the 3rd one of the quarter for the Demolition Dogs, and they seem to be playing inspired football right now. Let's see if the offense can match it. Our old pal Riley Patterson the kicker for the Dolphins this season. You remember Riley Patterson and our Wheelo kickers from a year ago. Was that just last year? I guess it was just last year. Patterson's kick is up out of the hold of his punter, Jake Bailey. And it looks like the kick is good. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? It's tough to tell. Again, everybody hates losing. It makes everything worse, just like winning makes everything better. But to as many people as I've had the effort to reply to on Facebook and on Twitter and whatever, this is what we signed up for. You have to be patient. And yes, Mason, to your point, we've been rebuilding for 25 years, and I totally get that. But this is the life after Watson plan. And for better or for worse, Jimmy Haslam has given Kevin and Andrew the get-out-of-jail-free card for the Watson debacle. And this is the only way out of it until he and his gigantic contract and his cap hits and all of the vets that they signed to put around him, extending Conklin, extending Antonio, Teller, until they can get those guys off the books in the next couple of years. Really, the only thing you can afford to do is roll with a bunch of rookies, which is what they're going to do. So the hope is that by 27, they've got a young core and they're competitive. Back to pass on a third and very long. He'll float it left side, knocked away. Storm Duck on the coverage. That is his name, and Duck knocks down the Browns receiver. And on a 4th and 20, they're obviously going to punt this one away. Yeah, for sure. And again, Mason, oh, did he rough him? Apparently not. We don't get that lucky. Hindsight, of course, is 20/20, but it also took 2 full years of Baker hitting rock bottom, and we got cut by the Panthers, who are arguably worse than the Browns. So it took him really hitting rock bottom to get him to grow up, mature, whatever he needed to be or whatever coach needed him to be. And then he went to a place where they had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and he's really found a nice home for himself. And now he's the second leading favorite to win the MVP, and I couldn't be happier for him. But this version of Baker is not the version of Baker that was here in Cleveland when he left. Nor can we just assume that he would have turned into that. So sometimes just a change of scenery, a change of coaching is important. But yes, it certainly at this point magnifies it, because it feels like at the time, ball pops out, there it is, it's going to be picked up, Carson Schwetzinger's got it. He's going to be shoved out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Browns football, and boy did they need that. Oh boy did they need that one. Carson Schwetzinger. We sure did. No, we can't say it couldn't have happened, but just assuming that we would be getting this Baker now is too assumptive in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. But yes, because it felt like a straight Watson for Baker deal, even though that wasn't quite how it worked out, it does exacerbate the failure for sure. No, I'm well on the record of saying it's the worst trade in the history of professional sports. Winchon to the left. He's having a hard time getting through the line. In only 12 carries right now. He was still growing and learning. I believe you. I believe you. He was still growing and learning. We're seeing the fruits of that now. They took a chance on a pipe dream, and I'm not sure where that initially came from, who the first person was. Hey, Bo, welcome in. Who the first person was that tipped him off that Deshaun Watson was even available and that they should try to pursue him, but that person needs a swift kick in the tush. If I had the magic wand, I would just tell him to go back in time and say, lose the fax machine. First down, Crow, and catch to Jerry Jeudy. You think Depot? You think Watson is the Depot guy? Maybe. I don't think anybody really knows what Depot does, to be honest, Mason. But if you want to blame it on Depot, sure. Go back to baseball. Sampson up the middle. He'll try to wiggle for a few. He'll give him 6 to the 24-yard line. He'll set it at the 23. Ethan Posick climbing over the football. Browns into the high red zone here. He is kind of the wizard behind curtains because nobody really knows what he does or whose ear he has. Fire across the middle, first down. Jerry Jeudy went down the sticks and got the first down. Now under 2.5, and they're in the red zone. Here we go. He sure is. Yeah, he's the wizard of Berea at least. Fire to the right side. Isaiah Bond with a short catch for 6. And so now the short passing game of the Browns. seems to be working. Fannin checks in, trips to the left side. You're doing fine. Left side, Junkins to the 5. Quinshon, 3rd and inches. Don't love being in a shotgun and don't love it being Sampson, but here we go. 3rd and inches. Back to pass. Gabriel, quick throw over the middle. Caught for a first down again. Isaiah Bond. This one does not go off his helmet because he's at least looking back at the quarterback, and it's a 1st and goal at the 2 for the Browns. Under a minute to go. Quarter number 1, they trail 10-0 here at Nagy on Sports. Now they go heavy. Aiden Huntington checking in as the fullback. Love this. Let's go. Huntington in the game. Turn around. Give it. Nope. Play action. They actually hold up for a minute, and then he'll be sacked. Oof. Do not love play action on the goal-to-go situation. Just pound the ball in. Hey, Alex. Welcome in. And, yeah, that's what happened last week, too. They had a 1st and goal from the 3. They didn't hand it off once. And now they might not hand it off again. Short throw again to Bond. He's into the end zone. He breaks the tackle. Isaiah Bond, a quick slant to the house. And the Browns are on the scoreboard with a touchdown. Can you imagine the Bronx cheer of a celebration if the Browns can score a touchdown in the first quarter? Sorry, Alex, I don't know. I'm not sure why it was being hidden from you. But we're glad you're on now. Schmidt's kick is up, and Schmidt happens right through the end zone towards the dog pound. 0-0 on the first quarter clock. We've played 1, 10-7. Dolphins leading the football game. The Browns, dare I say, play a little bit of complimentary football there as they get the turnover. Schlesinger picks up the fumble return, and about 7 plays later, they're about ready to put it in the end zone, and they do. So 10-7. Hey, Daniel, welcome in. Good to have you on here today. Hope you're having a good Thursday evening here before the Unk Bowl gets kicked off later. And the Browns send their defense out. Dolphins, they start from the 26-yard line. And here they come. That's weird. I mean, did you guys get my Discord notification? And Alex, I know you're not on the Discord, but did the rest of you get it? I wonder why nobody popped on at the beginning. It was just Jim and Mason and I for like the first half of the quarter. Pop pass across the middle. Watch out. Speed from Malik Washington. He's got the 30. He spins around. He's stuck by Hickman right at the 32. Gain of 7 on that play. Double tight ends to the left. Turn around. Achane. No play action. They'll boot and throw a first down to one of their tight ends. It's Julian Hill, I believe. Weird. Sorry about that. YouTube was being weird yesterday. I snipped our Buckeye sim. I had to do it in 2 different games. 2 different videos, which was weird. Nice tackle for loss. Man, Schlesinger's playing so well. Obviously, you'd love to have had a receiver or an offensive lineman or something at 33, but he has been so good. And if there is some way that JOK can get healthy again, you really got your front 7, front 6, I guess they play a lot of 4-2-5, really dialed in for another 5 to 7 years. Left side throw. Waller on a big 2nd and 12, and he's going to get all the way to the 50-yard line. And Tua just throwing short little screen. This is a tight end screen. It's well blocked. Browns late to pursue. And again, as Mason likes to point out, using that speed and that aggressiveness against us like the good offensive coordinators like to do. A slant of running backs and receivers going to the right. Achane up the middle. Wiggly in the hole, and he'll be stuck by Collins right there at the line of scrimmage. Myles Garrett also involved in the tackle. It stinks for him because, frankly, on this team, he might have been like their 2nd or 3rd best receiver, which is kind of saying something. At least he could catch the ball. Could not stay healthy, obviously. Oh, knocked out by Devin Bush. Incomplete, 3rd and 9. And obviously, I wish him well. You know, walking and remembering your kids' names are more important than a game. For sure. Back to pass now. To a Browns blitz up the middle. Bush goes free. Sacking him at the 45. Devin Bush on a big-time 3rd down sack. And the Dolphins will have to punt. Yeah, I'm not sure why Jerry Jeudy has turned into stone hands all of a sudden. I know all the medias and stuff is like, well, it's because the quarterback. Oh, are we going to rough the punter? Are you kidding me? And a terrible punt, too. Oh, goodness. Personal foul, roughing the kicker. This is too real. That happened in the Steeler game. Easton Mascarenas Arnold. And it was a huge momentum turn, and it's going to do the same thing here. You had the Dolphins off the field and now free yards and a free set of downs. Sheesh. Bubba Ventrone. If there's going to be a Browns coach fired, he'd be the first one that I would fire. Quick little dump off again. This time the Browns able to knock it out. His units have been sus for the last 2 years. Oh, that was the college game has all the holdings, Jim. Not the pro game. Back to pass now. Tua. He's got space. Now he'll try to wiggle. He will. He'll leave. He'll slide very, very gingerly between two Browns defenders. 3rd and 3 from the 33, if you like the number 3. Come on, D. Let's bail out Mascarenas Arnold here. Double leg gap look for Bush. They'll both pop out of it now. Tua. Pressure. Fired over the middle. Wide open. That zone too far back. You cannot give up the sticks that easily. Malik Washington. Super simple pitch and catch and a first down for the Dolphins. Again, this drive right now being aided by the fact that the Browns roughed the punt, which is classic Browns. A-chain up the middle, spinning inside the 10 to the 8. And Tyson Campbell saves a touchdown. 1st and goal, though, for the Dolphins. A-chain, very good, very slippery, very fast. And they're going to feed him the rock a lot. Tua under center. Motion coming from Westbrook. Turn around, A-chain again. A-chain up the middle. This time he's tackled by Miles right at the line. Maybe a TFL. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like an 81 overall. It's not super great. Back to pass. Tua up the middle. He's got space. He's got green grass, and he walks into the end zone. He'll actually get tackled by Carson Wessinger at the line. But Tua Tagovailoa into the end zone with his legs. And the Dolphins take a 17-7 lead, and those are 7 points. Let's mark this time down. 9:09 in quarter number 2. I'm literally going to write it down because 9:09 quarter 2. Because the roughing of the punter gave them a free 7 points there. We will see if those 7 points come back to haunt the Browns here. Now, Gabriel and company back out onto the football field. He's 5 of 7 for 35 yards. I can do that math. He's averaging 7 yards of completion. He does have the 1 touchdown as well. Double tight ends to the left. 3 tight ends in the game as Whitehart checks in as well. They'll stretch it that way with Jerome Ford. Big hole for Ford to the 40. Stiff arm 45 to the 50. To the 45 on the other side. And a big gainer from Jerome Ford. He really only has 1 or 2 formations left in the playbook, but that was a big gain and a big spark, perhaps enough to get some juice to the offense here. Those offensive linemen lathered up to keep blocking. Back to pass. Gabriel shuffling, heaving it, deep shot, right side, back of the end zone, Judy, and it's almost picked. Oh, boy. That one was almost picked off. Jerry Jeudy was the receiver, but Jack Jones, their top receiver, knocked it out of his hands. Now they'll hand it off up the middle to Sampson on a 2nd and 10, and he'll pick up 2. So 3rd and 8, it's kind of no man's land here. I guess I'll have my finger on the pulse of the go for it button. Gabriel fired it with some heat. Left side, what a catch by Isaiah Bond on the sideline, and he holds on. 2 feet down at the 17. Oh, my. Oh, my, oh, my. Back to pass, Gabriel. Fired in the middle. Caught Bond. 10, 5, first down and goal. Browns at the 5-yard line, Isaiah Bond. Finally flashing a little bit of what he can potentially become. Another young player making strides, which is the only point of the season. Flag on the right side. We're going to get a touchdown pass to Malachi Corley if it stands. Malachi Corley picked up off the Jets practice squad, I believe, or when he got cut. It's a 2nd or 3rd round pick, Western Kentucky kid. Offside defense. Touchdown's going to stand. Storm Duck was offside. Touchdown Browns, and how about that drive? from Dylan Gabriel with a big play to Isaiah Bond, and how important one big play can be to a drive. The big run from Ford as well, and now 17-14. Browns have scored 2 touchdowns. They might score more than 17 in this game, which would be wild to think about. Dolphins are bad, but the Dolphins are at least scoring. They're scoring 20 to 25 to 30 in their losing efforts. Browns can't get past 17, it feels like. Back out onto the football field. So unrealistic. Unfortunately, you're not wrong. Mason. Double tight ends to the left. Turn around. Achane will try to go wide. Right up there is Denzel at the line. A great tackle for Denzel Ward. Yeah, you're right. I didn't get my normal email notification, so it must be an off night for YouTube tonight here. Not sure what's going on. I do apologize for that. If you're having to watch later and you missed us live, we're not really sure why the notification didn't go out. To a hit as he throws. Wobbly, and Swessinger tried to pick it off. He would have been out of bounds. But good ball skill. 49 is around the ball constantly. Big 3rd and 10 here with 6:05. Browns have some momentum here. Motion coming out of the backfield for Achane. Browns rush forward. Tua float it left side. Again open! All the way right to left. That's the speed of Malik Washington. And he's got another first down as Ward had to chase him all the way across the field. Look at that pocket. It collapsed all the way around, but did not get to Tua Tagovailoa. And that's what allowed Washington to run free all the way across the field. Rush and cover got to go together. Denzel covered for about 85% of that pass rush, and they could not get home. 1st and 10 now, under 5.5. First half, turn around, Achane up the middle. He'll be stuck at the line again. Myles Garrett with another run stop. Let's look at Jalen Waddle. All right, Keith, drive safe. I'm glad that you're listening, my friend. 2nd and 9, turn around, give it again to Achane. He'll be stuck at the line. Carson Swessinger right there. 3rd and long for the Dolphins. Dog pound coming to life here. Under 4.5 to go in the first half. 17-14 Dolphins lead. Back to pass. Tua. Pressure up his face. He'll be sacked. Isaiah McGuire and Devin Bush get home. The 5th sack for the Demolition Dogs, and they're going to force a punt. And if only we could not rough the punter this time, it would be lovely. Devin Bush and Isaiah McGuire, the non-Garrett pass rushers, getting home here today. Punt way up in the air, really short. Dom Jones, the gunner, is going to call for a fair catch at the 37. So maybe that's those 50 to 60 mile an hour winds they're predicting in Cleveland this weekend. That was a terrible punt from Jake Bailey, who's a good punter. 1st and 10 now. They got 3:49 and 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. Gabriel in the backfield, back to pass. There's some little motion. Now he'll fire left side. Knocked away. Storm duck. All over that one as they tried to run a little out route to Jerry Jeudy. And again, the short passes for the Browns. That's at least that part of the game is accurate. They're throwing a lot of short passes. Now Judkins will go wide to the 40. Spinning around one tackler and can't get him all the way down. That's our old pal, Minka Fitzpatrick. Remember, he was actually drafted by the Dolphins and then got traded, I believe. Coming back to the Dolphins now. 4th and 7 is an incomplete pass to Jamari Thrash. And unfortunately, this does not feel like a great spot to go for it from, in my opinion. So Bojorquez into the game. A couple of back-to-back punts now, which probably is more realistic to what we see. And now Bojorquez pops one a million miles in the air. Fair catch called for, made it to 27. What is going on with the punting? The punting has been weird. Remember, we had that glitch a couple of games ago, and that was on a punt as well. That's true. Dolphin could be in the lake. Trips to the left side. 3:03 to go. Tua, turn around, Achane. Whoa, ball pops out again! It's picked up by Devin Bush! What a hit! I think it was McGuire as Devin Achane had just received the handoff, and the ball pops out. That slippery little piggy. And it's picked up by the Browns, Devin Bush. Let's watch this play. Poof, right away, he just got it. Swessinger almost had it in his hands too. And another fumble caused. These Browns are smoking the Dolphins right now, just popping them with a lot of aggression. They are upset, and they are taking it out now. 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles for the Dolphins. +2 in the turnovers, although the roughing the punter may count as a turnover, I guess, so we'll call that +1. Gabriel in all sorts of trouble. Bradley Chubb will eventually get there. Cousin, of course, to Nicholas Jamal. 2:55 and counting after that 8-yard sack. Dylan Gabriel just kind of running around in the pocket like it's a circus here. Cue the music in the background. Back to pass now. Gabriel, decent pocket. Fired over the middle. Strike again. Guess who? Having the game of his life, Isaiah Bond. And it's the 2-minute warning of the Browns trying to punch one into the paint here. Look at that. It's a beautiful day in Cleveland. If you're going to the game, good luck to you. Sampson checks into the game on a 3rd and inches now. Back to pass, Gabriel. He stays in to help block. Gabriel runs. First down. Got hit by big Jalen Phillips, but falls forward enough for the first down, and they'll get a new set of downs and keeps that clock moving. We do not want to give the football back to Tua here. Waddle and Achane, Washington, they've got speed all over the field, and those guys can house it in a hurry if you want. Gabriel now, back to pass. Decent protection, right side. Throw it, it's picked off! Sampson did not attack the ball. Watch out! Can anybody catch him? To the 40, to the 50, and he's taken down by Jerry Jeudy. Interception on the play. It's Willie Gay, the linebacker, the longtime Chief. Now in season number 6 out of Mississippi State. And look at Dylan Sampson, he just stood there. Willie Gay attacked the football. And the Browns cannot have nice things. The one thing that Dylan Gabriel has yet to do in real life is throw an interception. Yes, you're right. Jeudy finally caught something. He caught the linebacker. The ball was not straight. Well, maybe a little English on it. But either way, Sampson just stood there, and Willie Gay attacked the football, and he got rewarded with it. Miles chasing to it at the sideline. Keeps him in bounds at the 43, and the Dolphins will call their first timeout. Sudden change opportunity, always important. Let's see if the Browns defense can bail their offense out for what feels like the 137th time this season already. Appreciate you joining me for this one. My name is Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Tua now, back to pass. He'll roll to the right. He'll roll towards Miles. That's not the right choice. Miles coming from the right defensive end spot, and he'll pick up a sack easily. Wonder if Kevin should call timeout here. 3rd and 14. Nope, he is content. Tua, pressure again! Oh, Miles! He absolutely just baptized the left tackle, Patrick Paul. He threw him up and down and then smashed Tua to the ground. That's the vintage Myles Garrett that we have been missing for the last couple games. Wow. Another short, crappy punt way up in the air. And Larvidan in there, fair catch at the 30. So they got 2 timeouts in 38 seconds. That's right, I saw those t-shirts, Mason. Somebody's making a fortune on them. Big Dog Network or something. I can't remember who had them, but yeah. Back to pass for Dylan. Now he'll step up. Now he'll fire on the run. Very short to Jerry Jeudy, who got murdered on the tackle. Sheesh. 33 seconds to go. Trips to the left side, and they'll hand it off to Quinshon Judkins, who runs for a first down. And then they'll call their final timeout. Okay. I am confusion with this plan here. As the free safety lines up his nose tackle now. 3-man rush. Long throw to Fannin on the right, and he'll step out of bounds. They've still got time, and they're at the 46-yard line. It was a good run. I'm just curious to why they've decided to run it now. There's Melifano again coming in to check in his offensive tackle. Deep shot. Gabriel into double coverage, and it's picked off again. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. There's your arm punt. And now it felt like I just finished saying we were +2 in the turnovers, and now we are back to even Steven in the turnovers. And I guess we can go Sugar in the second half if you want. They're in the game. Maybe he provides a little bit of a spark. 2 turnovers apiece now. Remember, a third one for the Browns. Boy, would those 7 points be important now. They'd be up 14-10. Schlesinger makes the tackle, and the Dolphins look like they're content to go to halftime. Well, 2 people asked for him in consecutive order, so I say we do what the people want. Forgot that the sim goes completely mute because it doesn't want me to get any copyright violations, which is so nice of it. Whoops, we're going to get a kickoff from right to left, and then we will put in Shedeur Sanders. Again, mostly because this game is winnable. Gabriel already has 2 turnovers, and we know, if nothing else, that Madden loves an in-game nerf once you're having a bad day. Shedeur into the game on this one. Here we go. Cannot have the turnovers, Mason. That's been the one thing that Gabriel hasn't done in real life. All right, here we go. He's into the game. Number 1 in your hearts, number 10 on the field. Quinshon Judkins, and Studkins runs for 12. That'll help any quarterback. First play of the game, and Sugar hands it off to Quinshon. First down, Browns to start half. Number 2 again. They're just trailing by 3. This is a winnable game. Very long camera pose on Quinshon Judkins pointing. They're all pointing. Appreciate you being on. Joining me here this evening. My name is Phil Nagy. The channel is Nagy on Sports. Only place on YouTube that you're going to find simulated sporting events with live original commentary. Now back to pass. Quick throw to the left side to Fannin. He'll try to break a tackle of Minka, and then he'll get pushed out of bounds. Actually, just a gain of 3. Thought he was maybe going to hurdle Minka on that side. First completion for Shedeur is a good one. Now they'll go double tight. 3 tight ends, rather. Jerry Jeudy to the right. Turn around. Give it to. Nope. Boot action for Sanders. Now he'll fire on the run. Caught by the Chief. First catch for him today. He's been playing sparing snaps with his injury. But that's a big-time play there, and Sugar looks decent on the first drive. Sanders in a shotgun. Now quick RPO to the right side to Fannin to the 40. Tight end RPO. Only in the Tommy Reese offense. But Sanders has been accurate to start this drive. Here comes Quinshon up the middle. Can he get a hole? He can. First down, Quinshon and more. On the 31-yard line and a first down. Browns. Efficient drive coming out of the half for Stefanski and the boys. Shotgun again. Sanders unprotected. Quick throw right side. Sampson caught it immediately and actually dropped the football. Chains are moving. You're right, Bo. You are not wrong here. Delayed hand. Oh, fake the delayed handoff. Now Sanders left side. What a dot to the Chief for a first down at the 15. Pushing the ball further down the field than Gabriel had been willing to do so far. And now they're going to bring in Cornelius Lucas as an extra tight end. Somebody must be dinged. Ford will try to go left. Stiff arm for Ford, and then he'll get a couple by 2 to the 14. Jerome Ford not playing a ton of snaps, but trying to use them to the best of his ability. He could be the next Brown trade. By the way, back to pass now. Sugar fired left side. Dotted the 2! Jerry Jeudy, we got a first and goal, Browns. What a throw. Sanders is like, I ain't trying to give this job back ever again. Quinshon in the middle, stuck by Brooks. They can't push him in. Don't love running out of the shotgun from the 2-yard line. There you go. Line up under center, let Quinshon get a head start, and pound it in. That's what they'll do, and it doesn't work. Do it again. He's down to the half-inch line. It's a bad spot by the chain gang. Look how close that ball is. Now Rocket Sanders is checked into the game. Speaking of power backs, Raheem Sanders, they're going to throw. Left side, Chief, touchdown Browns! Shedeur Sanders, his first, the Diabetes Dogs, led by Sugar Sanders. And David Njoku is into the end zone, and the Browns have a lead and have scored more than 17 points. Can you actually believe it? Can you actually believe it? Whew, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh. A lead. What is this feeling? What is this feeling? Could be a dream. It is just a video game. And there's plenty of time, but the Browns have a 21-17 lead, and does this finally allow their pass? Now, the pass rush has been really good today in the sim. They may not need more of an excuse to tee off. Here comes Tua. And how about those offensive coordinators, Mason and Bo, tonight, going to the bullpen at halftime, and so far it has paid off. We'll start. Hey, Felligan, welcome in. Go Browns. 1st and 15 now. Tua. Couple of running backs on either side. Back to pass. And Miles! Give him a hat trick! His 3rd sack of the day! Feels like it's been a minute since we've had a hat trick Miles day. Would love to have one here for Tua. Tua takes 3 Myles Garrett sacks. He might retire in the middle of the game. And it would be Zach Wilson time, or Quinn Ewers. Quick throw over the middle. Very short throw again. The guys are hitting today, and Bush dislodges the football, and now it's a 3rd and very long. So the defense is responding so far to the go-ahead touchdown by their offense. I can't just imagine that mental lift just to see your offense put some points on the board. It's got to do wonders for these guys, right? Tua, pressure. He'll run. He's got tons of green grass. He's going to take a hit by Harden and Schlesinger. Get down, Tua. His brain, every time he runs, I hold my breath because I've seen too many instances of him just getting knocked out on the field. Weird punt again, kind of caught it right. It goes straight up in the air, and here's Larvadae, and from the 44, he'll actually return it to the 45. And back out on the field, Sugar Sanders. He is not thrown an incompletion yet, and one of those completions went to David Njoku in the end zone for a touchdown. The Browns coming out on the field with a lead. What does this feel like? Offense when you have the lead? Is this even allowed? Here comes Sampson up the middle. Dylan Sampson with a nice run. Following Teller all the way to the 50 to the 48 on the other side of the field. Gain of 7 to start. I'm not sure, Bo. That is interesting, but maybe I need to mess with that left side. What another good throw for Judy! Shedeur Sanders is throwing target practice right now. Sheesh, he's been accurate. Especially on those out routes to the left side. Fired quickly over the middle, caught by the Chief. He holds on despite a big hit from Rasul Douglas. There's a setting for like how far you want them to punt it, but I definitely usually mess with it. Quinshawn, big hole up the middle, give him 10, and another 1st down to the 22-yard line. Browns offense in rhythm. A good mix of run and pass, and Sanders is throwing some darts. We're going to start the quarterback controversy here because of our sins. Navy Nation going to be the loudest one, and now he'll be sacked. Look at Posick. Was I supposed to block somebody? He can go away. Zach Sealer, very talented D-tackle. I'm ready for Luke Whippler, baby. Trade Posick, please. Somebody will take him. Back to pass now. Fire left side. Short throw to Quinshawn. Jordan Brooks rides him out of bounds. It's going to be a 3rd and long here. Just be smart with it, Sugar. 1st down is not the most important thing. Holding on to the football and not taking a big loss is. And he'll be sacked. Back to the 36. I would, Mason. I sure would. We haven't been nearly as good since he's left. The only reason he left us because it was a one of a kind opportunity to go with his kid. Clearly it didn't work out. Just never understand these teams that draft a quarterback number 1 overall and then fire their coach like 5 games in. Like, what were you expecting? Like, Cam Ward's a true rookie, and your team stinks. How was Brian Callahan supposed to do anything with that 53-yarder? Drilled for Schmidt. Everybody's in on the fun now. They'll call it actually 52. And Andre Schmidt with his 2nd field goal in the direction of the dog pound today, 24-17. Remember, it could and should be 24-10. But the Browns had a silly roughing the punter call, which led immediately to a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now you're giving your team a big chance to get after Tua and make his life miserable. Battle of the lefty Hawaiian quarterbacks here tonight and eventually on Sunday, Cleveland, Ohio. Quick little RPO left side, caught by Nick Westbrook. Kenny knocks Hickman out of the gym. Woo, that was a pretty good run after catch for Westbrook. McKinney. Whew. 1st and 10. That was a big hit. Hickman got the worst of it, didn't he? Tua fired over the middle, caught. Very short, ripped to the ground by Miles Harden, who's played some pretty good football. Once they cut Cam Mitchell, I think Miles Harden was like, oh dang, I can seize this job and keep it. Big drop for Tua. He'll wind up and fire a fastball across the middle, and Jalen Waddle beat Tyson Campbell. Really hadn't called Campbell's name all day. That time he got beat by Jalen Waddle. So hard to stay with Jalen. He is some of the fastest feet in the NFL. And a big 1st down. That's right. That's right. You're right. It could be hurricane winds up there, Jim. Apropos for those Hawaiian boys, perhaps. They've got the practice thrown in the wind. 2nd and 10. Achane stays back after his motion. They try to throw a screen to the left side. Wide receiver screen. It's incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up on the Browns' 35-yard line. Back to pass. Tua, good protection. Fired short of the middle. Caught by Waddle, but it'll be short of the line. Devin Bush makes a great tackle and then gets flipped over. And I'm going to assume the Miami, they're going to go for it. I will assume nothing. They will not try to kick a field goal. Tua stays on the field. Browns with a chance. Oh, somebody moved! It's the right tackle, and he is very upset about it. Pointing the wrong way, of course, ref, but now they're going to kick the 50-yard field goal. Wow. These two teams are trying to out-Browns each other, it feels like, with mistakes that take and add points off. And literally, as soon as I said it, the Browns roughed the kicker. Are you kidding me? For a 2nd time in the game, Alex Wright roughs the kicker, and we're going to give him another free set of downs. I literally hadn't finished saying how much the Dolphins were choking like the Browns, and the Browns were like, fine, anything you can do, we can do better, because we're the Browns. Unbelievable. They get a free 1st set of downs again. Unbelievable. Achane up the middle. Runs into a stiff wall named Mason Graham. You small and a baby. I need to be quiet? I'm the one jinxing us? I don't... Talking is kind of my thing here on the channel. Play action now. Pressure coming from Miles. Oh, he hit him. Oh, no. Flag comes out. Where is it in the vicinity of? Unless they're going to throw it for an eligible receiver, the rookie, Jonas Sevenea. And 2nd and 14. Unbelievable. They'll back him up. Crazy things are happening in this game with 1:13 to go, and the Browns desperately clinging to a 7-point lead. But inside the red zone come the Dolphins. Now Achane left. Wide! Won't get around the corner. How about Myles Garrett and Miles Harden setting the edge? That's how you do it. Another TFL for Garrett. He is having a special performance here today. Will not be well liked the next time he goes to South Beach. Tua steps up, fires on the run, picked off Devin Bush! They've tried that play about 4 different times, and Devin Bush said, I'm tired of it, and he picks it off, and the Browns defense creates a turnover. Their 3rd of the game. Oh, brother, this game is drunk. Look at him just jumping the route. Malik Washington, they found the spot in the zone, and Devin Bush says, I'll take that. Wow, this game is giving me whiplash. Sugar in the pistol, 35 seconds to go. Browns 15-35 away from their 2nd win of the season. Potentially. Judkins up the middle for a yard. Personnel into the game. Sanders in the shotgun. Claps the hands together. Do they want to snap it before the quarter break? They do. Quick throw right side. Oh, good coverage by Jack Jones. It was a tough throw to Thrash. Thought maybe Thrash had a step on him, but a good coverage there for Jack Jones. We've reached the end of 3. Browns, do not adjust your dials. They are winning 24-17 here. A cacophony of errors and mistakes and extended drives from both teams. Somebody has to go to 2-5, or I suppose we can tie. Sanders. He'll roll. 25, 30. 35. Shador sliding at the 37-yard line. First down, Browns at the 37. Dogs are barking upstairs, though. I wonder if somebody knocked on the door. Shador in the shotgun. Nobody back there to help him. So he's going to be patient, but they're only rushing 3. And then he'll fire it late to Jamari Thrash. And a first down. Heavy pistol look here with Sampson and Judkins in the game. Kind of like this formation. They'll run it, but it gets a yard. A little bit more creative with the run game. Rasul Douglas, the veteran, in on the tackle. Big 3rd and 9 here for Sugar. Their own 39-yard line. Back to pass. Blitz coming. Do they feel it? He does not. He'll be sacked by Zach Sealer. And guess who? Ethan Posick. He can be traded tonight. Give me Luke Whippler, please. Pressure up the middle. No quarterback's favorite. Shador takes another sack. But he held on to the football and they're punting. End every drive with a kick. That's the rule for now. Borquez, another weird straight up in the air punt. So the punting is broken in Madden right now. Appreciate that. Thanks, Madden. Cannot even flip the field anymore. You're right, Felliger, and that's something that even in the preseason game, the reason he got relegated down to the 4th string or whatever was because of how bad that 3rd preseason game looked, because he just ran around for his life. It's like, bro, throw it away, live to play another down. To it, quick throw left side. Swessinger, another tackle. All over the tight end, Darren Waller, that time. 2nd and 5. 12:44 and counting here. Time's going to start to be an issue. Nice. Oh, H.A. breaking tackles. It might not be if he goes to the end zone, but Ronnie Hickman does a nice job tackling him at the midfield stripe. Browns continue to lead by 7 here. 12:15 to go. First down just into the Browns' end of the field. They're going to pitch it, but they'll pitch it to Washington coming the other way. Look at Alex Wright. Look at that pursuit from a defensive end. Alex Wright with a play of the day so far in this quarter. He is 6'5", 267 pounds, and he just ran step for step with a small and shifty receiver named Malik Washington. Holy smokeroos, what a play. Washington 5'8", 195. He's got wheels. And a massive play for the Browns defense now. 2nd and 17. Tua, play action. Got all kinds of people crossing the field. Now he'll step up. Myles Garrett. Short gain on the ground for Tua. And now it's 3rd and very long. Can the Browns get him off the field here? Dogs are barking. Wherever you at. Hoop, 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 hoop. 24-17 now. Tua. Up the middle. Hit as he throws. It's wobbly. Somebody needs to pick it up. Tip. Oh, almost picked off by Harden. It's like it just lingered right in front of him. That wobbler hung up in the air forever. We've seen that go touchdown. We've seen that go pick. We've seen that go PI. It goes none of the above. And Bailey with another straight up in the air punt, I'm assuming, coming. Oop, bad snap. Way up in the air again. And Larvadan makes a fair catch at the 26-yard line. Did I say something about the cranberries? Or did I just say linger? Sometimes I don't even know what I say, Mo. 3 tight ends into the game. Oh, did you have to? Yes, I did say that part. You're right. Play action boot now. Sanders in trouble. Sacked. Bradley Chubb. Look at the sacks. 15 sacks. 15 sacks between the two teams, and we still have 10 minutes of football left. Look at that. 238 to 263 as our total yardage. This game is as gross as advertised. At least it's led to some points. Quinchon, oh, I thought he was going to break through. He almost got through the hole. And we've given him more than the 12 carries he had last week, which I appreciate.
That's a gain of 4.
Oh, Bo, that's funny. To you, it could be. Sanders pressure, sacked again. 3 for Chubb. 5 for Chubb. Whoa, Bradley Chubb with 5 sacks apparently. And that same thing we just put a little bit, Felligren's comment from about 5 comments ago. Sanders needs to learn to throw the football away. I guess the sack allows the clock to run. But now, Borquez won't even get it past the 50. Oh, there's a normal-looking punt trajectory. Hey, finally. And I Nice tackle by Dom Jones, the gunner, all the way down to the 37. He just stood there. You're right, Felgren. He just stood there and took it. Not like a champ. Pressure coming, another sack! Isaiah McGuire, we're up to 9 for the Browns. Oh my, oh my, oh my. What a play. Yes, Sanders also lingered. So did Tua that time, and Isaiah McGuire gets home, and the Browns on their way to double-digit sacks here, still with 8:38. What a good thing a lead gives you. A chance to really just tee off and go after him. Tua, nice hit by Delpit on Malik Washington. Fourth down conversion coming up. It's a third down conversion. 3rd and 14 is what I meant to say. Screen right side to A-Chain. He's got one man to beat. He won't beat him. Devin Bush has played a really nice game for the Browns. Maybe his best game as a Brown. We saw Isaiah Bond's best game as a Brown so far. And the Browns, I'm assuming here, are going to force a punt. Still nursing that 7-point lead. Jake Bailey into the game here. Appreciate everybody joining me. My name is Phil Nagy. The channel is Nagy on Sports as Bailey pops it way up in the air again. Weird. Browns are going to get good field position. 7:26. Shedeur Sanders. We made the switch at halftime. Dylan Gabriel threw 2 bad interceptions. And we're not winning the game. Now they are. Bo, that's a pretty strong ask here. Quinshawn up the middle. Give him some space. Pull close quickly. He gets 3. Sanders now, empty set. 5 wide receivers out there. Motion coming from the Chief. He'll line up on a wing on the left side. Back to pass now. Sanders stands there. Late throw left. Caught. Nope, it is caught. Sorry. Couldn't tell. The ref was in the way. Jerry Jeudy did catch it. 3rd and 6. They got about 2 yards, by the way. Sanders shotgun again. Sampson on his left hip. He stays in to protect. Now Sanders, right side throw. Thrash for a first down. 50 to the 45 to the 30 to the 25 to the 10. Jamari Thrash with some run after catch. And Jack Jones tackles him. The Browns have a 1st and goal. Do you believe in miracles? Sanders, pressure coming. 10. He'll run. 5. He'll run. Touchdown Browns. Shedeur Sanders with his legs. Oh my. Maybe you do believe in miracles. Shedeur Sanders and the Browns, against all odds, have scored more than 30 points. Even coming out of my mouth, it feels so fake because I'm not sure they can get over 20, but they get over 30 and now lead the Dolphins 31-17 with about 5 minutes to go. Oh my. Shedeur Sanders. How are we going to put him back on the bench? We won't put him in the game until the Browns really put him in the game, but he has been incredible here in half number 2. Holds the ball a little long for a couple of our tastes, but holy smokes. Now they're going to have to throw him. We've already sacked him about 136 times. Can we keep getting to him? Play action. Up the middle, they will! Myles Garrett. I thought that said 8 sacks. It says 8 tackles, but I think that's 4 sacks for Myles. He and Bradley Chubb trying to break the record. Oh my goodness gracious. We did, you're right. Seven for Derek Thomas in 1990 is the NFL record, by the way. Across the middle. Caught. First down is now just 10 yards away. That's Julian Hill. Keep everything in front of you here. Derek Thomas was a beast if you're not old enough to remember Derek Thomas. Linebacker over the middle. What a catch! Actually, it was the right side, and somehow the 5'8" Malik Washington bodied up Denzel Ward and caught the football. Sheesh. First and 10, we're under 4, but they got to score twice, so this is no time to stall or hand the ball off to Devon Achane. Nice tackle by Ronnie Hickman in space. I'll let that play happen as many times as they want. Thank you, Jim. The Unk Bowl has started. Steelers up 7-0. Back to pass now. Miles coming. They'll throw screen to the left side. It's incomplete. Look at Tyson Campbell. He's all over Jalen Waddle. He has really covered him well in this game. We're going to see the stats at the end. Waddle really shut down by Campbell in this one. Washington actually has had better catches against Denzel Ward. Is this time a little tight end slant to Darren Waller. Again, this guy was retired before this season, and he's been pretty darn good for them. They've had no problem scoring. They just can't stop anybody, and that's why they are 1-5. Having team-only meetings that guys aren't going to, and then Tua got shunned for calling people out. Over the middle, tipped in the air! Oh, incomplete! Hickman swatted that one away, and it lingered there in the air. I said it again. Now I'm giggling because I said it. Lingered in the air and was almost picked. 2nd and 10. Appreciate you joining me. Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel here. The only place on YouTube you're going to find simulated sporting events with live original commentary. Tua takes off. He'll be smacked right at the line to gain. He will get the first down, but Delpit laid a lick on the lefty Hawaiian. One lefty Hawaiian has been pulled from this game. That would be Dillon Gabriel. Back to pass now. Tua. Pressure. Hit as he throws. Wobbler. End zone. Way out of the back of the end zone. Towards the dog pound. Incomplete. Apparently we are going to jam some cranberries after this one. Back to pass. Tua. Firing it over the middle. Caught. First down. Inside the 10. Dom Jones into the game. Makes a nice tackle. But the clock, she clicks and clicks and clicks. They got to score twice here. 2:40 to go. Achane, he'll try to go wide. What a hit by Devin Bush. He's having a monster game. Man alive, a couple of Browns having their all Browns performances here today so far. Over the middle, caught. Tackled by Carson Swessinger as Achane caught it but didn't go far. It's now 3rd and goal. Dog pound and full throat. Tua, motion coming left to right from Jalen Waddle. Looks like Dom Jones is on Jalen Waddle. Pressure coming. Tua in trouble. Incomplete. Somehow he didn't get sacked, but it doinks off the helmet of a defensive lineman, and now it's 4th and goal from the 13-yard line. Come on, defense. Tua. Pressure. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. And that's going to be the finisher. Browns with their 11th sack as a team. And Tryon-Shoyinka. Look at the guys who are in the game. I guess Tryon-Shoyinka is the only backup. Look at me. Anyway, we had backups in on that drive. Hey, I saw a Aiden Huntington in on the D-line as well. But the sack, and that one's going to end the game. And the Browns are going to win a game of football in which they scored 31 points, which you might have thought up until now was illegal for them to do, but they have been able to do it. And yes, do not adjust your television sets. That is Shedeur Sanders playing quarterback for the Browns. And if we were in charge of the game, I don't think they would go back to Gabriel, because Shedeur led this team in the second half to a big win. A big win. You're right, Bo. I shouldn't celebrate anything. Good shot up the middle. He almost got a first down. I've seen crazy things happen. You are exactly right. I shouldn't celebrate a single thing. 2-minute warning time. Dolphins still have 2 timeouts. Big 3rd down here. Browns get it. Then it's over. They're going to throw. Quick throw left side. Give it to Bond. Player of the game on the offense. Maybe not player of the game. Shedeur Sanders probably player of the game. 2nd player of the game, Isaiah Bond. And that, my friends, should be a Browns dub. They are sugar high for sure. Can you even imagine? Good Lord, if they actually did decide to pull Gabriel because he was playing poorly and it was winnable, and Shedeur like lit it up like this. A, the city and the stadium would be on fire, but B, Kevin would never hear the end of it for protecting him for so long. Quinshon up the middle, big run, first down, that's going to do it to the 50. Quinshon Judkins puts the final nail in the coffin. And they showed up as Dolphins. They fly back to Miami as chicken of the sea, potentially. And Mike McDaniel might be the next one to get fired. And the Browns are going to the victory formation. Oh, boy. What a game. back and forth, all kinds of ridiculous things, weird punts, roughing the kickers on the Browns. Again, this game could have been worse, 31-10. They got 3 points off of that roughing of the punter at 9:09 in the second quarter. I know because I wrote it down. 3rd and 5. Wait, oh, Flacco 3 for 5 with 1 sack. Thank you. I thought you were saying a 3rd and 5 and he got a 1-yard sack, but that doesn't make sense either. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Hoo indeed. And Shedeur Sanders comes in off the bench and plays a whale of a second half. I mean, you saw when I put him in, he's rated 68 overall. And he played a monster of a second half, and the Browns will win. We will look at the stats, but those of you who are going to hop off, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much to my subscribers. You guys are the very, very best. Let's look at some stats here today. For the Dolphins, Madden and still won. 24 of 37 for 287 for Tua. He had a touchdown. He had an interception. Achane, just 16 of 36. That's huge. He also fumbled. Those 2 fumbles were massive. 6 for 40 for Tua, but he also fumbled. Both those fumbles were recovered by the Browns, which is great. Today, Malik Washington, 6 for 85. Good day for him. Nick Westbrook, Akenehi, 6 for 102. He had the touchdown. He had that big 44-yarder as well. Waddle just 4 for 45. 3 for Waller, 3 for Achane, including a touchdown. Oh, sorry, including a drop. Wrong stat category. 2 for Julian Hill and a drop for Alec Ingold on the play. Defensively, 13 tackles for their middle linebacker Jordan Brooks, 10 for Minka, 10 for Bradley Chubb, including his 6 TFLs and 5 sacks. 1 for Kenneth Grant, the rookie out of Michigan, 1 for Zach Sealer, 1 for Tyrell Dodson, the former Bill. Their 2 picks were by Minka and Willie Gay, who returned that big long one that Jerry Jeudy finally caught something on. Somebody else made that joke. I didn't. It was a good one, though. How about Shedeur Sanders? In the second half alone, 12 of 15 for 113. That's 80% and a touchdown. Dylan Gabriel today in the first half, 11 for 18 for 102 and 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions as well. So there was some good and some bad in this one. Yeah, 120.2. That QB rating's pretty nice. 18 for 77 for Q. Thank you for giving him the ball 18 times, Madden / the Real Browns. 5 for 15 for Sampson. 3 for 27, including a touchdown for Shedeur. Ford had 3 for 38. Some pretty nice runs today for Ford and the 3 scrambles for Gabriel. Actually ran the ball extremely well. All the running backs did. How about Isaiah Bond today? 8 for 86 and a touchdown. He was extremely good in this one. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Judy, 5 for 35. Chief had the touchdown, 4 for 33. Fannin with 3 catches. Q with 1. Thrash with 1. And Corley had the singular 5-yard touchdown in the first half as well. How about these defensive stats? Myles Garrett, 12 tackles because 6 of them were TFLs. Also 12 for Hickman and 9 for Devin Bush, along with 4 TFLs. Look at Isaiah McGuire. He had 5 TFL. Look at these TFL numbers. 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Look at all these TFLs. Unbelievable. Sacks today for the Browns. 4.5 for Miles, 2.5 for McGuire, 1.5 for Bush. Tryon Shinka had the game winner. Shelby Harris had the punch out. Malik Collins had a halvesies as well. The pick was by Devin Bush. He just had a monster. Look at that. 10 tackles, 4 TFLs. Sorry, 9 tackles, 4 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, and interception in this one. 3 forced fumbles. Again, McGuire, Harris, and Bush, and they snapped on 2 of them. Bush and Sweshinger able to jump on them. Guys, this one was a lot of fun. Browns actually win. I'm not sure if it's possible that it could happen in real life, but we'll watch it together. You can join us on the chat as we do every time during the Browns game. Guys, really appreciate it. All of my subscribers, you guys are the best. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out of this one. The Browns somehow, some way are going to win this football game. Wild to think about. All right, guys, this was a fun one. Enjoy the rest of the Unk Bowl, or if you're watching Blue Jackets, enjoy the Blue Jackets. And I'll see you on the Discord when it's time to chat during the Real Browns game, 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Enjoy this one, guys. Take care of yourselves. Today, the Browns are going to get a big dub, 31-17. They go to 2-5. Food tastes better. Colors are brighter. And more importantly, people are stopping to call for Kevin Stefanski's job, at least for a few days. This was fun. Take care of yourselves, guys. Have a great night. Be safe. Today we'll get out of here as we always do by saying, Go Browns!